This is real, unbiased boxing talk.
Hey guys, doing your boy Undisputed Talk here. I'm here with an interview with Adrien Garcia, rising prospect, 8-0, 7 knockouts. Hey man, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the show.
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Definitely, man. So let's start this off first, man. Like when I first seen you, I seen on BLOK Prime when you came in with the LL Cool J, outfit looking good up in there. What is that? What era is that? What the '90s, I believe LL Cool J is.
Yeah, bro. It was the '90s. It was kind of the whole idea, whole outfit. Come out with something unique because me and my believe that before you can win any match over in the fight, you gotta win them. You gotta win. So
Yeah,
we
man. I
just
believe in that, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So I want to ask you this. You know, why did you start? Why did you start boxing, man?
honestly, bro, I started boxing at 7 years old, and started was because I would always fight at the park. So we lived beside a park. We called it the ghetto. I'd always end up fighting at the park, whatever from some weird kids, and after fighting for so long, go to the boxing gym.
Yeah.
It just kind of all played out. My dad turned it into a routine, so after it became a routine, or a few years later, I realized boxing, and that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, man. I usually hear that a lot too. Either the dads either seen them that they was like always fighting or aggressive. So I'm gonna put you in this boxing and see what you're really about. Some kids they find out like, hey, I'm not Billy Badass, so they find out, hey, this is what I want. I need this, and getting into it. So what I know of so far is you've been fighting between weight class 135 and 140. Where do you see yourself officially really being at through those weight classes?
I see myself more at 135, to be honest, just because the last, not this last fight, but the two fights before that, my opponents didn't make weight. They wanted to fight at 140, and actually the last fight in Garden City, I weighed in at 136 flat. My opponent weighed in at 145.8. And so instead of lose weight, they made me eat. So they gave me 2 hours, and he had to lose maybe a pound, and had to gain a couple.
Yeah.
So I reweighed on the scale, and I was back up to 141. So like,
I was thinking so. Let me see. In that weight class we have, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Haney's moving up soon. Do you see yourself in the same limelight those guys soon in time?
yeah, honestly, like within 2 years, maybe just because I'm a knowledgeable boxer, I pay attention to what I do. I pay attention to my body, my eating, my training, my relationship around me, everything of that sort. So I pay attention to everything that's going on, everything that's going on with the team. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just feel like I'm a talented boxer. I have enough time to show it and prove it. But eventually, with time, I will. I'm not trying to.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You ain't nothing had 8 fights, you know what I'm saying? You just still starting up, A lot of people like talk about the prospects coming up that, oh, you ain't fought nobody, this and that. But you gotta understand, these guys gotta, actually learn and get more experience. People don't understand that when it comes to the sport of boxing, that they have to actually learn. Everybody starts from somewhere. Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather ain't just hop in there with a guy that was, 10-0, 10 knockouts and all kind of craziness. They had to learn in progress and see where they fit in at.
Yeah, but it's all right, bro. In every sport comes a hater, even
Who-
football, whatever. Gotta take.
Yeah. Now, I was asking this. So, how's your training been going, man? How's the training been? Has the weight been fine? Like, even though I know you've been fluctuating to 135, 140, I still like to ask the fighters, how has the training been, man? Because a lot of this stuff is discipline. A lot of people sometimes they go back and forth to weights because maybe they can't sustain themselves, maybe not overeating, or maybe they're getting too big and growing for the weight. How's training been going for you?
Nah, man. Honestly, training's been great. I've been doing 6 to 10 week camps. My last fights were 11 week camps. But not because I was struggling with weight or anything. I walk around 155 to 160. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
big, but at the same time, big 135. Um, but it's nothing crazy. Just the only reason that we ended up fighting at 140 was because my opponents. You know what I mean? Like I said, my last fight before the Crawford undercard, I weighed in at 136 flat, and my opponent came in at 145 point. And we were just like, what can we do? Obviously, they weren't willing to lose weight, so and the commission made me gain weight, and then they moved the fight up to 40, and so I was just like, all right, well, we'll go ahead and do that. I just wanted to fight. So, but
yeah.
nah, man, camp's been great. My strength and conditioning coaches, Andy and Mark, they've been taking care of me. They've been, so, the eating is always. It's just the couple times was because my opponents. I don't struggle making 135 at all. We do what we do. We get our workouts in. We make. I wouldn't say I struggle.
Definitely, man. That's good to hear. Like I say, you're a young prospect. A lot of these guys are real disciplined. The guys you do look at, the upcoming prospects that's doing so well, a lot of them are completely disciplined. I tell a young prospect, guys, don't let it's just a real thing. Once you start getting more bigger, the females come out, the fame, the names, more followers, and they become drowned into that. And it's like, I don't know if you know this guy. I think his name was he was a Puerto Rican fighter. His name was, I think his name was Vargas. He lost to Jose Zepeda. And the reason that it seemed like he lost his discipline. Man, he was, on Instagram all day, eating, not training as he's supposed to be. This was one of his biggest fights in his career. And then he went out there and got beat like in one round.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I've been sparring Zepeda for the past 3 years, bro. So
Hold on, you understand Jose Zepeda?
yeah, Chuan, yeah. I've been sparring him, and I was
What?
helping him out for this last fight with Reggie's, right?
Yeah,
So I'm sparring him for a couple of years now. Anytime he needs southpaw work, I'll give him southpaw work. But
yeah.
that boy can crack, though. I'll tell you, he can crack. But
Oh, yeah,
nah, man. As far as it goes with these women coming into pro boxers' careers and throwing them off, or just changing their mindset, that doesn't happen to me. Just because I'm from Kansas, right? Southwest
yeah.
Kansas. So there ain't a lot of pro boxers out here, and there ain't a lot of boxers making it big. So when it comes to me, I'm a different fighter making noise, and um, I don't know, bro. Ever since I was like 15 years old, I've had, it sounds weird, but I've had like people throwing themselves at me, or like trying to just attach their name to mine, and
Yeah.
me, I just learned myself to just overcome it and stay away from all that, you know. Or like if I know somebody's acting shady, or somebody's trying to rumor my name around, I cut it off real quick, because I'm just like, that ain't for me. And like, I'm friends with Rolly Romero. I seen what happened to him. I'm only 19 years old. I'll turn
Yeah.
20 next year. I'm only 19 years old. I see what happened to him. That type of stuff makes me worry, bro. Like, he's from Vegas. He's from a place where there's a bunch of high rollers and ballers. I'm from
Yeah.
Kansas, and I don't know who's money greedy like that. I don't know who's trying to just turn on me like that. So, I was talking with my coach the other day and my manager, and I told straight up, like, I don't want any of this. I don't want none of the fakeness that's going around. So I stay away from. Right now, I'm staying away from girls. I'm just chilling, focusing on my boxing, on spend time with my family. I don't get to spend a lot of time with them, so every time I come home, spend time with my family. I get to relax, and hang out with my friends and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm playing this so smart, because I really don't want nobody to try to fake out my name like that. It happened to Victor Ortiz. He's from Garden City,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Victor got
it
screwed
and
over bad, man.
that
His
made me
career was
realize it can happen to anyone, and that's when I said, it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna happen to me.
definitely. That's good, man. You got a good, smart thinking, and you see the history of other fighters, and you learn from that. It's good that you learn from that. Another thing, too, even though you are young, I tell all the young dudes, like I'm telling you, I told Staniotis the same thing. He already knows this when I told him. It's a lot of these boxer guys that got the chains, the cars. They don't own none of that stuff, man. All that stuff is just flashy. While you coming up,
Yeah.
this is some free game. People should know this, man. Because you coming up, you can really get all that stuff for free. Sponsor the stuff. Have jurors send you stuff like, hey, I'll shout you
Hmm.
out. This for me. Don't spend your money on this shit. Most people, celebrities, they don't spend their money on this stuff. I interviewed another big. I'm not gonna say his name just yet. I'm not gonna release the interview just yet. We got to edit some stuff out. But he has told me that he don't have to even pay money for certain stuff he has because they just send him this shit because he don't want to spend his money on it. Because that stuff is
Yeah.
not worth it in the long run, man. You have to save that money on the side. Every fight you have, save some money because you never know what can happen in your career. You could one day, you have a good night of boxing. You win a championship or a good stable belt, or you get up in the top 10 and you go driving one day and some idiot hits you, or you hit them, or you get into a boxing fight and break some ribs, and you can't go feed your
Yeah.
family because you hurt now. And now you got no money saved because you won't get a change on the cars, and things ain't bad for you like that, man. So make sure you keep that in mind, and make sure you
Yep.
progress right. Because it's sure to come, man. You got some talent for sure, and just sit, wait on it until you up there in the let's say 6 figures and higher, man. Then maybe start looking around a little higher, man. But always play it smart. But yeah, yeah. Now I hear you.
All right. So like I see all these fighters and stuff, man. Like they be getting all these sponsors, and the sponsors hit them with, "Oh, I'll give you a discount on a chain, a Cuban, whatever, whatever."
Yeah.
And I got a piece with my logo on it. It's VV1s and S1 diamonds, 18
Mhm.
karat gold. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, and I got it completely free. I just had to wear his logo on my shorts for one fight, man. For one fight. You know what I mean? So like these fighters just gotta learn to take advantage of the sponsorships and the opportunities that they get, because I get it. Maybe it's for one fight or two or three fights, but at the end of the day, you've seen how many boxers have died in the ring, man. We've had a lot of deaths in the ring in the
A
past
lot
four
lately, yeah.
years, and so like we're out there literally putting our lives on the line for entertainment. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we're in the entertainment industry. That's why boxers, they talk smack, they go in there, they fight, we try to knock each other's heads off. Like,
Yeah.
why? For other people's entertainment. So we're in the entertainment industry, but I hope just more fighters um, figure out how to take advantage of the game and use it to their advantage.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. You got to do that because, you know, it's crazy that someone will, especially when people talk about discounts like that, and they
Mm-hmm.
offer you one of their products and want you to talk about it. But all that stuff come back in reverse. All it takes is just that's what was Sparring. All it takes is maybe 5, 6 people be like, no, I like that. Let me go check it out, and they already made most of their money back or whatever.
Yeah,
So you just gotta watch that as a boxer, man. You are basically a logo. They can put stuff on you, and Sparring like that, man. But
yeah.
let me ask you this, man. Are you currently signed or you're a free agent?
I'm a free agent.
Free agent. Okay, that's good, man. You can fight everywhere. See,
Yeah,
that's
man,
a see.
I'm guiding my career. Well, my manager, she's guiding my career so right, man. And a lot of people trip out because I have a female manager and trainer. My manager is my trainer, and she's also my nutritionist.
I
So
remember this. I remember hearing about this.
yeah, she has relationships, right? So she's able to guide me wherever, and of course we discuss everything before we make any moves. But she's able to guide me into the where we feel is correct, where we agree, where we agree upon things. Yeah, man. So I'm like I said, I'm a free agent. My manager and my trainer and my nutritionist, they kind of, she kind of just guides around, and we're able to move myself right. Right now, we got something cooking up with BLK Prime, just because we've known him since he became BLK Prime Boxing. So
Yeah,
we got good relationships with him. He's a good person. Everybody behind that company, they're good peoples, and so that's kind of who just we're working with right now. I've been able to find a pay-per-view card. I drew in a good number amount, so that's who we're working with right now.
good, man. Because BOK Prime they just started, and I'm hearing good stuff from them. It's good to go with a company like that. I'm trying to get in contact with the promotion myself. I know
Hmm.
they've been busy right now. They work with Terrence Crawford, man, and you, man, especially been under that Adrien Broner card. I remember you telling me about that Adrien Broner card coming up, man. Show out, bro. Show out. Show your tools, what you got. You make sure play it safe. Don't do nothing stupid. But make sure you play it safe, but still show them tools. Especially at this interview, I'm trying my best to get it out there, man, for you people to see you. Because for myself, you're like a good fighter, man. To be honest with
Thank
you,
you.
man. When I see that body working, I knew it could be somebody special, and definitely. So, you know, it's good you work with BLK Prime, but it is good you can venture out and move around. So let's say that
Yeah.
if you do decide to sign that, that's your business, do your thing, man, what's best for you and what you feel good for you. But if you don't, what the good thing about that is, say you call somebody out, there's no excuse for them to be like, well, this side of the street, that side of the street, you can tell that who's ducking who because you're a
Yeah.
free agent. You can go anywhere you want to go. As
Yeah.
long as the money is right, the contracts are good, we can get the fight. What's wrong with that?
Exactly, man. Nah, and like I said, Bill K. Prime's been treating us good. They're, you know, they like I said, they've been taking care of us, and we got something cooking up. It's I got great things coming towards the future. I'm only 19 years old. I'm not bugging out about time or my prime or because I'm far from my prime. I'm good, but I'm far out from my prime. You know what I mean? So within the next 2 years, I'm expecting to hold the title at 135. I don't know if these guys are gonna be able to make weight or if they're gonna stay here and move up. I'm not worried about none of that right now. Whenever the year comes, then I'll pay attention to that. But as of right now, I'm just slowly progressing my opponents and my opposition level, and just keep learning, just keep grinding and stepping myself up, stone by stone.
That's good, man. Like keep doing that because, you know, I think you shouldn't I think you should just take it slow for about 12, 15 fights, you know, work for the small titles. Like I'm just telling you ways to work up a good weight because people, interim titles, the local titles, the regulars, those are good titles to go after because first off, it puts you in positions for guys to, if they want to get to bigger fights, they got to go through you. They got to
Yeah,
fight you. They got to see you. They can't duck you. They can't make excuses. They got to do what they got to do. And make sure you always tell the boxing fans because, like I told Staying on this, there is an issue with this. Keep the old, never be defeated. But you gotta let these boxing fans know that, hey man, the best fight the best. When good fighters fight good fighters, somebody gotta lose. Let
yeah,
these people know that, hey, Sugar Ray Leonard lost, Roberto Duran lost, Mike Tyson lost. Shit happens when you fight real opposition. So they gotta understand that. So when you fighting guys that's better and better and getting up in ranks, if you on that mic and you free for interviews, let them know. People respect that. It's a lot of guys now. These young dudes talking crazy. Like, I never be beaten before. I'm undefeated, but I'm a little bit more, less and less are saying that because they seeing that, man, like it's a lot of big fights out here happening and shit happens. Look at Jamel Charlo. Look at how Canelo went. Canelo lost. Jamel Charlo lost. But they all came back with revenge. They losses with rematches, and not just that too. They undisputed.
yeah,
People don't understand this. People can always come back and still become great and still be great fighters.
yeah. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's just about taking care of your career and moving yourself right. Whenever we got to get into a dog fight, I'll get into a dog fight. I'm out here
Yeah,
sparring. I've been sparring world champion since the first month that I got to LA. Since I linked up with Coach G.
yeah.
I'm not a fighter that's worried about anything. I don't. And me personally, I don't get nervous anymore when I'm warming up. When I make that ring walk, when I start stepping into the ring, I don't get nervous anymore. I just, me personally, I feel like I
Good, good.
belong there. I'm in my habitat. You know what I mean? I'm in the ring. Just feels like another day to me. I get more nervous for sparrings than I do for my fights. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
get
yeah.
I do my thing, but I just feel like that's because I'm so confident in the work that I put in, and I'm so confident in my team that I'm sitting there. I'm like, I know I'm gonna win, but I just gotta put my skills and my hard work to the test, and just come out victorious at the end of the day. For 3 fights now, I've made either 3 or 4 fights. I made the opponents quit in the corner before they came out for the next round. Yeah,
That's good, man.
so I
That's
definitely,
good.
I definitely trusted my team, and I trusted my strength and conditioning team, Coach Andy and Coach Mark, and just everybody that that's at Forge Fitness, in my gym. That I'm comfortable with where I'm at, so I feel
Yeah.
good. I'm ready. And speaking about those small titles, man, I'm like I said, I got some big things cooking up next year. I can't say nothing right now, but
All good. It's
I,
all good. Yeah, we'll talk later
yeah,
on, man. Definitely.
not for sure.
Yeah. But it's good you thinking like this, man. In the female trainer stuff, man, don't worry about nobody got to say, bro. Like, people are so
Yeah,
stupid. They don't know boxing. Aaron Wolf changed James Kirkland. James Kirkland was a top contender, a top fighter. And it's funny, after he did leave her when he fought Canelo, look what happened to him. He got fucking destroyed. He made it his way fighting with Aaron Wolf. There's nothing wrong with trading with a female trainer. She's still a trainer. She still can train good
Yeah,
fighters. It just we forget about the Carissa Shields, the Amanda Serranos, the Christy Martins. We forget all about these great fighter women that were good for that. They can train men. There's nothing wrong with that.
exactly,
I,
man.
yeah,
You think about it, these girls, they pay attention to the smaller details and the things us men feel like may not matter. They're paying attention to it because they're seeing a whole different outlook than we are. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I'm a man. If I can have my outlook because I'm a man and I get to see what I see, and then she has a whole different outlook on the situation because she's a female, like, and our brains are wired different. Yeah, well, why wouldn't I take the advantage of having both, both sides going upon it, because that gives me more of an advantage in my arsenal. You know what I mean?
yeah. Nah, I understand
So
that,
yeah,
man. Definitely. Yeah, man. I seen that on your Instagram talking about that. You was like, man, tired of these people. I seen you on your video, like telling me about all this shit about my trainer and all this. I will only tell. This to be honest with you, man, I only tell prospects to anybody. The only time you ever think about a trainer, if you feel comfortable with your trainer, but you feel like you ain't learning more, you can keep him as assistants because it's still chemistry there. But sometimes people do outgrow people, and they got to bring in new coaches. I'm not saying get rid of the person, but you always bring in somebody that can help you improve. The issues with I seen with Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, I understand his father is there. His father's crazy guy kind of man, but he gets stuff done. But he did good with his son. He made his son undisputed. He got his son to beat the likes of Loma, to beat Richard Comey, to beat Nakatani. But it seems that he hit a wall. He needs another trainer because his dad already did great with him. The dude's making good money. He already did stuff that have prospects haven't done or not doing. But you can see that he's lacking something.
yeah.
He's lacking
Uh,
something.
Honestly, a good trainer that I feel like would be good to bring in at Teofimo's camp is Buddy McGirt. Just
Think so?
because yeah, man, trust me, I've worked with Buddy McGirt myself. Just because whenever my coach gets overwhelmed with her fighters and stuff, she gets like 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 whenever we have like 3 4 fighters in the gym at the same time. And whenever I don't have no sparring and I gotta spar my own teammates, then we'll have Buddy help me in the corner. And Buddy, he's been a fighter before. He's been there before. He's done that. He's been a world champion, multiple time world champion. So he's been there in that position to. He's able to give me. He not exactly tell me how to fight, but he's in there to give me knowledge on what he's been through. And me, I can do two things as a fighter. I can either dismiss his knowledge and just keep fighting how I fight because I don't feel that it's right for me, or
Yeah,
I could take it into consideration and try to adjust it into what I do. Now, if it don't work for me, that's a whole different thing. But to
yeah.
completely dismiss it, I think that's just crazy, man.
Yeah, you can't
So
do that, man. People do that shit,
like I
dude.
said, yeah, buddy's been there. Like I seen him turn Carlos Balderas into a whole different fighter, man. Carlos,
Yeah,
yeah, he was talented before, way talented before. Kudos to him and his dad and his uncle, but when it comes into for one, footwork, two, pumping the jab, three, timing and distance, like that's pretty much the whole game of boxing right there, man. Timing, range, and distance. You know what I mean?
hey,
So
that's
like
it.
I've been able to see Coach Buddy work with Johnny Beck, Carlos Balderas, Zizzo, all these big fighters that he's got. So, yeah, I personally think that that's a good opportunity right there for Teofimo if he ever decides to bring another coach into camp, which I don't know if he will. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion.
Definitely, man. That's a good one too. Because when maybe because I'm too kind of narrow minded, but as I seen, like how certain styles can fit fighters. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
a Ronnie Shields or a Derek James because the reason why because they're pressure fighters. They work, especially Ronnie Shields, because not just that. You see what he done with Carissa Shields? Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Man, nice. You understand? Nice. I'm like, man, if that can be like if Tio can implant that to that trainer, how can Shields look, the body work, the angles, the head movement. I'm like, the dude got the talent, man. He's a
Yeah.
physical specimen, man. Like you see this dude, he's all cut up and shit. He
He's a
140,
hard
but he
worker.
look like he's hard worker, man. And that pays off. Hard work really pays off. Hard work can beat talent too, believe it or not, man. It can beat talent very easily. Um,
Mm.
so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I'll probably be towards the middle of my prime. At the top of my game. I know I'm gonna be a world champion, multiple time world champion, multiple division world champion. But honestly, I just want to be great, man. I'm just like I'm not worried about the money or the attention or just anything of that. You know what I mean? Like I just want to be able to build a legacy for myself and to have something for if I ever have kids. I don't know if I'm ever gonna have kids, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
I ever have kids, for my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids to look up to and something to motivate people. You know what I mean? Like just to have a voice in boxing and to lead people in the right direction.
That's good, man. And let me
But
tell
now,
you
for
something, man,
sure,
'cause you gotta
in
go.
a
Oh,
couple years,
keep going.
I'm definitely gonna be a multiple time world champion. I'm gonna be taking out some of these top dudes. I'm only 19 years old, so I'm
Yeah.
nowhere near my prime yet. Nowhere near my prime.
19, man, you know where like you got time, bro. You got at least about 5, 6 years. But
Mm.
I gotta say this, even though I'm on here, don't be like Tank Davis, man. Don't do that, man. Because some people hold people back. He never asked for those big fights. You know, and he's 28 years old, and there's no marquee name that he beat that we like. Oh man, he's really that guy. Everyone has passed him up because they've done so much more. Even when you look at the guys, like even though he's kind of you heard of Elvis Rodriguez, right? You heard of Elvis Rodriguez.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Even though he lost, but he lost trying to do something great. He tried to, but he moved too fast. Elvis moved too fast when he went for that fight, man. When he fought Martinez. That
Yeah.
wasn't a. Oh, no, it was Comey. Was it Comey or Martinez? It was one. I forgot which one it was exactly. But
I
he
think it
no
was.
no no, it was Kenneth. It was Kenneth Smith. I think it was one. It
Oh
was
yeah,
that one.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was
No, and
upset.
then
Yeah,
right
it
after
was
that, Top Rank let him go. Yeah.
up because he moved too fast. But it happens sometimes. He tried to make himself be great, but sometimes he just wasn't ready. He moved too quick. you know. And I'm happy that you're saying that. You want to get legacy. See, Mayweather told these young dudes, "Oh, money, money, money can get you." But if Floyd Mayweather didn't have legacy, no one would give a shit about him. See, he never
Yeah.
he not telling these young guys that legacy can get you. You can be the next 10 years signing gloves, making money on a broadcast and making money. Come back for exhibitions, making money. You know, legacy will always pay you, dude. There's fighters from back in the day that got the biggest checks. Today, no one knows them. No one cares about. No one wants to see an exhibition between those guys. Shane Mosley can come back right now and get into a fight and make like $1 million fighting right now. He's old. Oscar De La Hoya, like I'm telling you, even he doesn't have a huge legacy, but because he fought so many names, like you were saying, it was Ortiz. First name, what's his name? He fought Mayweather. Mayweather hit him with the 1-2 when he's headbutting him. Was it
Yeah.
Victor Ortiz?
Yeah.
Victor
Victor.
Ortiz got a decent little, legacy. He can still be a name when it comes to boxing because the guys he fought, even though he has lost, he still has gave great fights. So people still wouldn't mind hearing him and see him do stuff because that they don't tell you like how these new guys, oh, belts don't matter. But asshole, if I get this belt, I'm gonna get paid anyway. Like, do you understand? Like
Exactly.
that's like try to confuse you. Belts don't matter. Oh, it's about the money. Yeah, but you have the belts, so of course you probably gonna tell me this, so I won't come after it. But if I come get it, now I'm the A side. You gotta make
Yeah.
sure that I feel
Exactly.
comfortable.
And I won't go into a fight being the B side if it's not for a title. Cause I'm too I'm telling you I've been studying the boxing game for a long time, man. Like it don't matter if you beat the snot out of the A side fighter if they have the opportunity to do you dirty because that's their A side fighter and they're the household name. They're gonna do you like that. Now, unless you're in there ready to knock them out, you know what I mean. Then that's a whole different conversation. But when it comes to just being in there and being in a dog war, and the next thing you're losing. The way boxing is today, they're gonna dismiss you unless you're like Jermaine Ortiz with Lomachenko, bro. He moved up fast,
Yeah, man.
but he was somewhat ready for the fight. Somewhat ready. I feel like he still had maybe 4 or 5 fights to learn, some stuff and a little bit of experience. But man, he
He
gave
did
a good
well.
fight. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
man.
he
That's a
was
good
taking
fight.
it to him.
Yeah.
But now, as you see, it's either gonna go 50-50. There's no 100% for sure. Either fans are gonna tune in and watch him on his next fight, or they're just gonna completely dismiss him and be like, "Ah, man, he was just another overhyped kid that got beat out by one of the big dogs." Da 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 da. You know what I mean? I personally believe he's gonna do big things, and he's in my division. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I'm giving him
yeah.
kudos. I think he's gonna do big things. He's gonna be doing good things at 135.
He is, man. And it wasn't no really fans saying that, dude. He gave a great performance. Like, when you look, let's say you go fight, not wishing that this is anything. You go fight, something happens wrong, right?
Yeah.
But if you give your all, you give your all. Like, dude, look at how Martinez fought Rolly Romero. Come on, people was like, man, Rolly lost status for Martinez, and guess what happened? He got 2 opportunities, all for just
Mhm.
that, because he gave his best. Even though he lost on scorecards, he still gave his best, and guess what happened? Opportunities came.
Yep.
You know
Jackson.
what I'm saying, man? And that's what happens. Well, since we here, I gotta ask you this. You got any call outs?
Honestly, man, like I've done a couple of interviews now, with Fight Hype and a bunch of other boxing networks. I don't really feel like I'm in the position to call out anybody. You know what I mean? Like I said, like everybody in this boxing game is trying to play the villain, and they're trying to
Yeah, yeah,
call out, pretend all these call outs, and they're trying to just portray themselves as these like, oh, I want this guy or I want that guy, and yada yada. I don't, man. I don't have any calls. I feel like I got another 2, 3, maybe even 4 fights before I start calling somebody out. And
yeah.
by the time it gets to that, I'm gonna be feeling like it's like a mandatory fight for this little belt or this belt or this belt. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I respect. Like I said, I'm in a dangerous division. I got a
yeah.
bunch of killers in my
A lot
division.
of competition. Yeah,
I might be in the most dangerous division in the sport of boxing as of right now. You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? Like, so there's a bunch of talent here, but I'll fight anybody and anybody everywhere. It don't matter. I'm ready to go, like I said. But no, we're just gonna keep moving myself slowly and surely, and just when the time is right, the time is right, and that's when we start to explode and start to get things going, man. But as of right now, nah, I don't have no call outs. Hey, check
Okay.
back with me maybe 2, 3 fights, then I'll have a call out for you.
Yeah, yeah,
I got.
yeah. I got you, man. But make sure that it's good. I'm hearing you say this, man. I'm saying a lot of boxers fans are like, man, this guy like this guy. They like the humble people and you being realistic because you know there's a lot of young dudes that do big call outs, even though like they only had like maybe like 10 fights. Then you do a call out. Let's say I upload this, you do a call out. I'm telling you, if someone hear it, oh, you said something, and then a contract gets sent and you ain't signing, somebody better get exposed. Well, you gotta watch what you're doing. Some people do
Yeah,
that stuff
man,
because they call it.
and it's a lot of Twitter fingers and social media
Yep,
experts out there now. So you
yep,
call all these big fighters out, and then they send the contract. Like for example, Shakur Stevenson's out here exposing a lot of the fighters that supposedly say, "Hey, we're ready for
he
anyone at
did. Yeah,
135," and he's out here exposing them. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
well, this person don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight me. They don't want to fight me. I guess we're gonna try this guy." And like,
yep. Oscar De La Hoya
what
came
are
out and
they?
exposed that too.
Yeah, what are you supposed to say whenever it comes to stuff like that? Like, oh, well, I'm just enjoying time with my family. Man, legacy is legacy and a check is a check. You know what I mean? So
It's true.
at the end of the day, it
It's
just
true
comes
though.
to that.
I seen how that definitely is, man. Because when he was doing that with Golden Boy, Jose Zepeda was like, "Oh no, I'm, we ain't not trying to do it right now because I feel was like, oh, we're trying to build him a bigger name. But if he beats Steven Shakur, do you understand what's going to happen to his career? First off, he
Mm.
probably gonna be a pound for pound. This dude it's so many opportunities are going to come. He's going to be like, if he beat because Steven Shakur is a 2 division champion. He beat Oscar Valdez. He
Yeah.
beat Jamel. Like, dude, this dude name is gonna. You don't even like after that. It's a takeoff. It's over. Like it's straight ahead. Like, and what I can recommend for you, man, is like what you should do. Like as I see, like as you see these other guys say they're bigger than you, right? Other prospects.
Yeah.
Maybe the guys they fought. Maybe you should be like, you know what? Let me fight those guys so they can compare. Like and show like comparison to me and him, and then they see that damn. Hey, this guy Garcia, man, you see the fuck you saw he just did, didn't that guy fight him and he knocked him out? Man, he beat him more better. Man, he fought him too, and that's what
Yeah.
gets you more above. Who was taking that route? Somebody was doing that exact same route. Oh, it was Conor Benn. Conor Benn was doing the exact same route. He was fighting all the opponents. The late greats fought. He fought the Van Herdens that fought Earl Spence. He fought the Chris Algieri that fought Manny Pacquiao and he knocked them out and it gave him a big buzz. Hey, he fought the guys that, the legends fought or the big time fighters fought. He beat them. Man. So I got good hopes in you, man. I see you as a good. You working hard, man. Keep doing your thing. Don't let nobody
Yeah.
down. You on bull crap. Stay in that gym. Stay working. Think about the legacy. Take your time. Make sure you study some of these fighters. Look at some film. Look at how they fight. Look what's going on. Because you got a guy. Frank Martin coming up with you too. A young dude too. He look like a monster too. And guess what he does? He does what you say in the gym. In the gym rats. The biggest dudes that are whooping ass and people know are gym rats. Like
Yeah.
Keyshawn in the gym. These guys ain't just at the club bullshit or nothing. Of course they have a good time. Everybody have a good time, but most of the
Yeah.
time in that gym. Soon as Teofimo Lopez he had a bad performance versus Martin. Guess what he was? Literally, he was in the gym like a few hours later working out.
Yeah. I seen
That
that.
too. That's crazy, man.
Nah, and I do agree with you. The most I'll take off is maybe a week or two, and
Yeah.
then start to feel I'll be like, man, I'm ready to start working out. And I'll be in
Yeah.
Kansas and I'll be visiting family and stuff, but I start going back visiting the gym. Just doing my thing here and there. Whether it's lifting, strength conditioning, a bunch of running, boxing, whatever. But yeah, man, it does matter when you're staying in the gym because if you're not in the gym, you don't get to learn nothing, whether it's with your trainer or on your own. You know what I mean? When you're not in the gym to be able to pick up on anything, then it kind of sets you a step back, and
Yeah.
you're missing opportunities right there.
That's cool, man. So I want to thank you for joining me, man. You have anything last thing to say?
Man, nah, I don't have nothing to say. I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody that's been supporting me, since I started. Even after because for a while, I wouldn't say a downfall, but I had a little pause moment in my life. You know what I mean? Tragedy strikes, everything happens. But
Yeah.
a lot of people did start doubting me. I just wanna say thank you to everybody that supported me and kept everything pushing for me. Um, Everybody who wants to see me win, on my team, my coach Gloria, Coach Andy, Coach Mark, Coach Sanchez, everybody that's in my corner. So I just want to give a big shout out to everybody and a big thank you.
Yes,
And I want
sir.
to give a big
All
thank you
right,
to
guys.
you, bro, because it feels great to be able to be on here and discuss my journey and discuss my opportunities with people, man. So big thank you to
Yes,
you,
sir,
brother.
man. Yes, sir, man. I was checking you out, man. I try to make sure to, a lot of these people on that so-called boxing fans try to always get
Hmm.
the big huge guys. I want them on here, but you got to give the guys that's coming up the prospect the chance to shine too, and a name to get out there because these dudes are the future. You understand that? You can't always worry
Yeah,
about the main guys. These guys are the future, especially if they talk like how you talking and want to put in the work and actually try to put their career and excel themselves. Why wouldn't you want to support this young man and see how he go with his career? Especially give him advice. He's a younger dude. He's a prospect coming up. Maybe what you can say to him as an interviewer or a boxing fan can influence him to do better. Of course, as
yeah,
you talking, it's good that you see the bullshit to avoid and where to go and like, hey, let me just learn from these people's mistakes and put it good in my career.
yeah. Nah,
Definitely,
but
man.
yeah, I do appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys follow Alan Garcia on Instagram. I will have his Instagram down below. Do you have a Twitter thing like that?
Nah, man. My Twitter is kind of personal. My Snapchat's personal, but on
Oh,
Instagram,
good,
follow
man.
me at kid.kansas, and on Facebook, just go ahead and follow my page at Alan Garcia. Like I said, I'm gonna drop that big fight date soon. So that'll be something good for everybody. Um, Stepping up the opposition for sure. Like you were saying earlier, step up the opposition with people that have fought like Keyshawn Gray or Keyshawn Davis or like Carlos Valderas. We're gonna send
Yeah.
a couple offers out, see if they take the opportunity, and if they do, then just expect a great show on my next fight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And last thing I want to say too is thank you guys for watching again. Make sure to go support this man. Go watch his stuff. You see how he talk. He's a humble young man. He got some respect in him. We like the respect in the boxing community. And thank y'all for watching, man. And please like, comment, subscribe. We're out.
The Undisputed Talk. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.